welcome to a special program which will enable you to build and develop your personalities. Now you all know that without courage and without fearlessness you can achieve nothing. Worlds have been conquered, dynasties have been built, and even wars have been fought, all because of courage. There would have been no India if there were no fearless freedom fighters. Without any Rani Lakshmi Jhansi Bais or Gandhis, there would be no worlds. So today we are going to have a session on how you can build your courage, how you can build your confidence, because without confidence you cannot hope to be successful in any venture that you undertake. So welcome to a session on confidence building. Now, the importance of courage need not be underestimated. Courage is something which enables you to achieve in any field success. There is an old Chinese proverb, if wealth is lost, something is lost. If honor is lost, much is lost. But if courage is lost, all is lost. So without confidence and courage, we are a big zero in this world. Today you can see that the world is ruled by people who have the guts, who have the courage to go forward. And those who do not have this guts and courage are left behind. After all, you know, the world is like a rat race, and we should learn to be in the forefront. We should learn to take the world in our stead. Venture not, gain not. That seems to be the watchword for this world. So my dear friends, why don't we get on a small exercise and learn how we can build this confidence and how we can appear to be confident of ourselves. It is not such a difficult exercise. Many people feel very afraid, but after all, you can appear to be confident. It is not that you have to change overnight, but there are certain tips which can help you to build and appear confident. So welcome to this session. Now you all know that courage and confidence are great tools. They help you, enable you to achieve. They are essential to achieve things. They are essential for you yourself to be happy. They are essential for success. So courage and confidence are great tools in your quest for achievement. You want to achieve degrees, you want to achieve a good job, well, courage is there. Quest for happiness. Without confidence, can you ever hope to be happy? I am sure you will not be happy. And even without confidence, can you ever expect to be successful? I don't think so. So you do need courage for all the important aspects of your life, without which you may not be content with yourself. You will always be wondering, why was I not able to handle that interview well? Why was I so nervous when I was doing my seminar? How would I have been appearing in front of the audience? So you can avoid all these unnecessary fears and unnecessary embarrassments by trying to build confidence in yourself and your skills. Now look at nature around you, look at the world around you, look at the animals, look at the birds, look at the insects, how they go about their duties so confidently. Do they appear to be afraid? Well, look at the turtle, the little turtle that you see. He makes progress only when he sticks out his head. And look at the eagle. Do you think the eagle would have ever learned to fly in the sky? He soars high only when he spreads his wings. So my dear friends, we are like the turtle and the tortoise or the eagle. Unless we learn to give up our fears, if the eagle was sitting in its nest, afraid to jump out of it, afraid to spread its wings, do you think he would have conquered the skies? The eagle is now the national bird of America, all because of its fearlessness, all because of its spirit of trying to achieve something. So that's why it has become the national bird. So you see, we learn from nature these small tips of how to go about our duties with confidence, because with confidence we can achieve wonders. Now so also human beings, how can we achieve confidence? How are these things effective to us? How do you think we can show our confidence in our day-to-day lives? Well, if you talk confidently, your language itself appears or makes you appear to be a confident person. Your body language, I think this point has been harped upon by many people. The way you carry yourself itself is a clear revelation of how confident you are, and also the attitude that you develop towards your life and the faith that you have in yourself. So these are the 4 key areas which we are going to see today: effective language, positive body language, positive attitude that you build in yourself, and the faith that you can develop in yourself. These are the 4 important aspects through which you can develop positive building, positive confidence, and confidence in whatever you do. Now, before we go to these 3 points or 4 points that we have mentioned, now without a goal in your life, can you ever achieve to have a direction? So first of all, building goals, small or big, is the key factor to making your life meaningful, to making your life have some direction. So if you build a goal, if you develop goals, you can learn to be focused, and this focus itself gives you a kind of a confidence in yourself. So it could be the beginning of the day. You start off by having small goals. Today, I will go to the library and I will read this book. So all your nervousness gets lost because you are focused on reading that book. It could be another activity that you want to take up. Maybe you want to give a seminar and you say, this weekend I want to take that seminar. So my dear friends, the first thing that you should learn is to focus all your thoughts. To focus, and focusing helps you to succeed, because focusing helps you to learn to achieve your goals. You learn to take an interest in a bright future. So have a definite aim in your life, have an interest in a bright future, focus on your goals. Goals can be long term and short term. So have a definite goal, have an interest in a bright future, focus on your goals, which may be long term or short term. So focusing is a very, very essential fact if you want to succeed. So focus. Try to imagine that you are going to take an interview tomorrow. Focus on how you would try to achieve that interview and succeed in that interview. So all your senses, all your activities can be focused towards one particular aim that you have, doing well in an interview or doing well in a competitive exam. So that interest also should be inbuilt along with it, because unless you have this interest, you cannot hope to have success in whatever you take up, whatever success or for a bright future. So you have to focus on these long term and short term goals, which is very, very essential. So focusing, that's one very important. Then what about your confidence levels and your poise with which you handle things? The way you stand, the way you do well, the way you come across to other people, the way you impress people in seminars, all these things totally make you a confident and poised person. So a person who is confident and poised does well in any situation in his life. It can be a small situation, maybe a classroom seminar, or it can be in a bigger situation, maybe in interviews where you have to impress the whole panel. It could be 4 or 5 interviewers. So it could be in achieving a small task, that is your assignment, or a bigger task, that is succeeding in your exams. Once you learn to be confident of yourself, and once you learn your plus points and your minus points, you can succeed in anything that you take up. It can be a small incident or it can be a major task in your life, whatever. But you must learn to develop this kind of poise, this kind of behavior where you come across to other people as being extremely in charge of yourself. You know what you are doing, and people know, this person, she knows what she's doing, he knows what he's going to do. So you can impress the people across. So that is another aspect. So unless you have goals, as we said earlier, and also that poise, you cannot hope to succeed in whatever you do. Another important aspect is that you should have a calm kind of an expression. Your expression itself should show a kind of a dignity. So in this kind of a calmness, you try to show that you are not afraid. So your spirit is fearless. Some people, on the other hand, they are so nervous. All the time they are shifting. All the time they are getting very unsettled. Now this really causes a kind of a unsettled attitude, and it reveals the nervousness of the person. But on the other hand, if you're calm and collected and you know what you're doing without getting disturbed, this shows that you are fearless. So what are the watchwords for success? a calm demeanor. Demeanor means attitude, a fearless spirit. But when you don't have these, every reason that you can fail because you are unsettled, you don't know what you are doing, your mind is in a turmoil, noisy, unsettled attitude. On the whole, you come across as a nervous person. You're not in control of yourself, and this person is dejected. He is lost. It can be a small game that he's playing, kabaddi, or it can be a long run that he's taking on a marathon. Whatever it is, he is not certain. He is getting confused about himself. He is not able to be calm. So another third important point that we saw, you should be calm. Control your faculties. Control yourself. Appear to be fearless. Maybe you are afraid inside, but don't try to show it outside. Try to control yourself. This kind of a control can be got by meditation, by yoga. You try to sit quietly for some time. Remember that you are a person, a human being. Everybody has troubles, everybody has worries, but you can conquer them by trying to meditate. So develop this fearlessness, this kind of a spirit which will help you in the long run. So let's start with the first unit. We are going to see how your language makes you appear to be confident. Sometimes some people talk, they stutter, they stammer, they talk so softly, they are not sure of what they are talking, and so we come to know that these people are not confident. But there are some who talk so beautifully, so clearly, so fearlessly, that they talk little, but they mean much. So the little that they talk impresses people. So this is how we should learn to speak. We should learn to speak clearly and slowly. Your clear and slow language is more impressive than talking fast and meaninglessly. So the first tip for confidence levels are speaking clearly and slowly, speaking few words at a time. Don't take long sentences, you will not be able to manage them. Speak few words but with the proper pauses. At the same time, speak with meaning. So this meaningfulness comes when you try to modulate your voice, have the rises and the falls, and put a little expression into what you are speaking. Now this could be practiced in your classroom, this could be practiced in your home, or speaking to others. Next time you check out, try to speak slowly and clearly. You find that you have a better audience. People are willing to listen to you, and this shows your confidence levels also. Next, modulate your voice. See, the voice box that we have gifted with has certain vocal cords which can be changed according to the tone that we maintain. It shows our anger, it shows our confidence, it shows our nervousness. So try to train your voice so that you can be heard. Try to speak clearly and loudly. So your voice should be trained so that you can be heard, you can be understood, and also try to bring in a variety into your voice. Once you bring in that variety into your voice, you show the other person that you know what you are talking about. You know that you are confident, and people will be more appreciative if they know that you have confidence in what you are saying. So your voice is a typical example. It shows what you feel inside you. So you should try to train your voice. There are certain exercises which help you train your voice by speaking loudly, by repeating certain sounds. There are books available on how to train your voice. Even without books, you can try to read loudly, imitate a newsreader, and thereby try to modulate your voice. That's the next step of developing confident language. The third important thing is how to control the volume of your voice. Not too loud, not too slow, not too fast, not too slow. So you must not be, remember that you are talking to an audience. Neither should you come across as very kind of a person who's trying to attack people with words. No, you should be calm and gentle in your speech, but at the same time not too slow. Talk at a normal pace. Add highs and lows in your voice and let your voice come across as very clear kind of a language. Don't swallow the words. So once again, this is about the voice. Take care of the volume. Take care of the speed. Not too fast, not too loud. Pause here and there for effect. So this is very important because oral communication is one place where you can be judged. Especially this is done in interviews. Take care of the highs and the lows. Let's go on to the next point. Now, how can you show people that you are in command of a situation? How can you show that you know what you are saying? Well, your language. So, build a good vocabulary. Try to build words into your language and try to use these words in the right place. Using the right place in the right, with the right word. Great leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru or great leaders like Churchill or Abraham Lincoln, they were able to impress the audience by the words they used. Simple language, but at the same time they were able to touch the hearts of the people. Effective language. So you must learn to use this kind of simple yet effective language. People are not looking at bombastic language or confusing words or words which cannot be found anywhere except in some corner in the dictionary. We don't want such words. You must be familiar with such words. Of course, you must try to increase your knowledge of words, but when you talk simply and effectively, it is more pleasing to the audience and your language also becomes active. So, using active verbs instead of the passive form, using logical kind of a sentence ordering also helps you. So, build up effective language by using the right word in the right place, simple and effective sentences, use active language, use logical sentence sequences, and thereby build good language, build effective vocabulary. Once you learn to build effective vocabulary, automatically you become in control with yourself. You are able to control a situation because your language is good. All good speakers you see appear to be more confident. Check it out the next time. Now, learn your spellings well. That is another area where people make lots of blunders. Now, be strong in your language. So, try to avoid spelling mistakes, common spelling errors. Look at your screen. See all the spelling errors in the left. Interest, guard, mileage, receive, studying, writing written as written, separate. They appear to be correct, but they are incorrect. The spellings are with an E. Interest has an E, but you pronounce it with interest. Guard has G-U-A-R-D, not G-A-U-R-D. Mileage has an E, remember, and receive, the E comes before the I. And studying, it's not studing, but it's studying. Common errors that students and even grown-ups make. And they say writing for writing. Many students make this mistake of saying writing instead of writing. So you see the spellings play a major role in trying to show your language. So be confident by showing your interest in the language, learn your spellings well. Once you learn the spellings, your written language also becomes more effective. So your spellings also are part of learning good language, and remember, good language leads to confidence levels. What about your grammar? Now, is it important to learn grammar to be confident? Of course, people appreciate a person who has lesser grammatical errors. So, if you are able to speak the language with few grammatical errors or no grammatical errors, it shows that you are confident of yourself. But if you say, I am having many problems, the person who is listening will realize, oh, she is not good in grammar. She is saying she should have said she has many problems. So, common errors where people reveal the kind of inadequacy in language should be avoided. So, learn your grammar rules well. I have given a few examples of where people make common errors. She is having many problems, whereas you should have said she has many problems. I have saw him. People are very, very weak in the use of the participle. I have seen him. So, be careful where you are using these participles. Learn them properly. So, grammar rules also help you to be more confident of yourself. So, learn your grammar well to appear to be more confident. Also, use of adverbs. Many people use adverbs in the wrong place and unnecessary uses of adverbs. You say, oh, she's so nice, so she's too good, or she's so smart. So, you use all these so, too, instead of using the correct kind of adverbs. So, instead of that, you should have said she's very smart. Instead of saying she's so sweet, so smart. It's okay for conversational English, But when you are in a serious situation, you have to learn to use the correct adverbs. Also, the position of the adverbs is also a rejoinder telling you that you should use it in the place where it's more effective. Look at your sentences here. He only walked a mile. Did he walk or did he also do something else? So the sentence is wrong. He walked only a mile, only 1 mile. So the place of only has come wrong there. So it's a wrong usage. And also the word so. So is misused by many people. You can avoid using so. Instead you can use very. So use of adverbs, use of grammatical rules, good spellings, all these are very, very important for you to learn good language. So remember that grammar plays an important role in making you appear more confident. The lesser grammatical mistakes you make, the more effective you are and the more confident you sound. And people like to hear good grammar, good language. So once you speak good grammar and good language, people appreciate you. It also shows your high confidence levels. Now, what about this agreement of subject with verb, which is another area people make many mistakes. Look at the screen. He and I am mistaken. Is that okay? Or he and I are mistaken. So you must learn to find out the difference between that am and I, especially when joined with or. He or I am mistaken. The manager with his employees are or is attending a meeting. Do you think it's are because the employees come closer? The answer is this because of the word with, which is joining the two. Every candidate has to pay the fine or have to pay the fine. So you get confused in such kinds of areas. The answer is she has to pay the fine. So you have to learn these simple kind of errors that people make. They are very, very small. You might feel, what is there if I make one error? Do you think I have to learn all the rules? But they are rules which you have to follow. And once you follow these rules, your language becomes error free. And you are able to do well even when you are talking, even when you are writing. And you can come across as a person who is good in the language. So your grammar should be one area which you can strengthen. Don't take it like a task, but take it as part of your personality building. Don't take it as something in your grammar book which can be learnt by heart and then pushed aside. No, let it be incorporated into your language, in your daily, day-to-day language. Even your pronunciation. Your pronunciation is a clear kind of an indicator of how confident you are. Some people swallow words. Some people mispronounce words. Now look at these words here. Usually pronounced as college, marriage, carriage, luggage. But the correct way to say it is age. So end up all the age with age. So you sound more like college, marriage, carriage, luggage. So learn that it is shorter. And look at the land words. You have the land words. Usually Indian speakers make a great blunder here. Island, England, Poland, inland. The correct way is lind. So you get to say island, England, Poland and inland. So learn to reduce that sound. And look at the IOUS, precious, gracious, delicious, whereas it should have been precious, gracious, delicious. So learn to reduce the sounds of land and cious and age into the correct forms. Keep a dictionary. It will help you to learn the pronunciation better. So people appreciate you if you speak well. So remember, you can also gain confidence if you speak the language better, isn't it? So learn your pronunciation. And also syllabification. Good pronunciation, you know how to divide the word into syllables. So you must know how to divide your words. Remember, I was telling you earlier, not interest, interest. Not chocolate, chocolate. So don't divide the words wrongly. So adding an extra syllable. Separate, no, separate. Separate, interest, chocolate. All these three are two syllabic words. Whereas these words are not flower, flower, but flower. The diphthong is our, shower, hour. So you don't have the va sound, but you have the ow. So remember, don't divide it into syllables unnecessarily, thereby making mistakes in your pronunciation. So word power, try to improve and increase your word power. In good books, we have certain areas which try to help you to increase your word power. Take for example the Reader's Digest, a small magazine which dedicates a whole chapter to word power. So try to increase your word power. By increasing your word power, you improve your kind of a usage of the language, and you're able to impress people, and you appear to be more confident too. So try to learn words, try to take some time out every day learning a few words, update yourself with new words, old words, try to learn at least 5 new words a day. It's not a big deal. Learn when you take a word, the meaning of the word, the pronunciation of the word, and the usage of a word. Take for example conspicuous. You take a word conspicuous. Now what is the meaning of conspicuous? What is the meaning? So let's come to know learn the meaning of the word conspicuous. It is not a difficult word. It is used very often. How do I pronounce the word? Do I say conspicuous or conspicuous? So learn the pronunciation. And where do I use this word conspicuous? Sita was conspicuous by her absence. What do you mean by that? So try to learn the usage of the word too. Once you learn these 3, it gets into your brain. I think it gets embedded in your brain. So learn the usage, write it down in a book, and then you have learned the word. So learn words like this. You appear to be more in command of yourself, more in command of a situation. People respect you, people look up to you if you have a good vocabulary. That's why it is called word power. It gives you power. Learn the words well. There are certain words which really sound so funny. Oh, so new. Do I have to learn all these words? Well, you may come across some in your life, and you must be knowing a few of them. Look at these words. What are these words here? Ubiquitous, ubiquitous. I remember reading a book by our President Abdul Kalam, and he uses this sentence. He says, when I went to Nagpur, there was this ubiquitous presence of potato every day in my breakfast table. So my students were asking me, what is the meaning of ubiquitous? I said, look it up in the dictionary. And they came back the next day and said, yes ma'am, it's an interesting word. Ubiquitous means constantly available, ever present. I said, that's true. So ubiquitous is an interesting word. There are such other words like, see, look at the next word, paraphernalia. What is this word? It is very commonly used. Look it up, paraphernalia. Conspicuous, which already I have mentioned. Attenuate, attenuate. Brouhaha, this is a journalese word available in your magazines. Brouhaha, it means noise. Savvy, have you heard of this word savvy? You say he is computer savvy. Savvy is the name of a magazine. A women's magazine is named Savvy. So what is the meaning of savvy? Savvy means to be well known in a subject, to know something very well, to know it quite deeply. You say, oh, she's savvy in her knowledge of computers, computer savvy, technologically savvy. So these are the words which you should be familiar, which have crept into our modern language. So don't be left behind, try to know all the words, because earlier I was saying simple language is in, but at the same time don't appear to be ignorant of certain words which are in coinage, which are in usage. Be familiar with all these words. Don't say, ammo kashtanga undi, idu kottaga undi word naaku akkarledu. You cannot afford to say that. You must be familiar with these words, and you must try to learn the meaning, learn the way it is used, and how you can spell it. All these are very, very important. So don't ignore your language. Give importance to language. Coming to fluency. Now fluency also, gives you self-esteem. Now fluency helps you in many situations. So fluency, for example, look at your screen. Fluency helps you in seminars, it helps you in interviews, it helps you when you're making a presentation. So it helps you in many, many areas, because your fluency is a clear rejoinder that you are successful in classroom activities, in your day-to-day transactions, in interviews, and in seminars and debates. So fluency for self-esteem, how you can be showing your self-esteem through your language. So build up good language skills and when you build up good language skills, you are able to be more confident. But at the same time, remember, language skills take time. It's a constant process. Slow and steady wins the race. Do it slowly. Practice and dedication is required. Fluency makes you confident and in control. So try to take some time to become more and more fluent. The second aspect is your body language. Your body language clearly shows how you can impress others, your enthusiasm, your vitality, your sincerity. So these three show that you are confident. So you should be interested in what you are doing, you should be excited about what you are doing, and do it with interest, sincerity. So these three are a clear indicator of your confidence levels. So try to display these three in situations because they show that you are confident. Next, your smile. That lovely 100-watt smile is much better than a 0-watt frown. So smile often because it builds rapport. It shows your friendship to others. It reveals your confidence. It displays your self-control. So a smile is something that will help you in situations, displaying your confidence. A gentle smile helps you in interviews. It helps you to build friends in classrooms. It helps you at home to be accepted by people. It helps you in groups. It helps you in your workplace. So smile more often. It reveals that you are confident, whereas if you are always trying to be angry, people won't like you. Your eye contact. How are you looking into other people's eyes? There are different ways of looking at people. Negative eye contact, at the same time positive eye contact. Your negative eye contact, your eyes are not focused, they keep shifting, they keep staring. So this reveals your distrust, your anger, your fear, your lack of confidence. On the other hand, positive eye contact, which is looking at a person for 1 or 2 seconds, it reveals your love, your interest, your concern, your attention, your satisfaction also. So remember, develop positive eye contact also. Now your eyes are like the index of the mind. See, when you look at people with suspicion, look at your monitor, you can see your eyes become so gloomy and they look very suspicious. You're surprised, your face becomes all eyes. You're angry and your eyes are literally popping out in anger, and you're nervous. Your eyes also keep trembling, I think. Your eyes are not looking steadily, they're shifting. So your eyes are always expressive of your inner thoughts. So maintain good eye contact, learn to keep your eyes always steady, practice. When you are in a seminar, when you are in a classroom, you have to have a confident gaze. How can you develop a confident gaze? There are certain tips. When you are in a group, try to sweep your eyes across all the people. Try to look at all the people, not one person alone. So it's a sweeping gaze that you should practice. And the second point is, try to look at a person for at least 2 to 3 seconds, because this helps you to develop positive eye contact. So there are some do's and don'ts. For a confident gaze, do practice looking at people for at least 2 to 3 seconds, because the longer you do it, it looks like staring. Don't stare, but you gaze at them. Secondly, sweep your eyes over an audience you are addressing. Thirdly, look comfortably. Don't look as though you are waiting to jump out from the room, but look comfortable with people. So these are all the positive kind of activities. At the same time, don't stare. Don't jerk your glances, because people don't like people who are always shifting the glances and looking here, looking there, looking this side, that side. They get very nervous. It shows that you are not confident of yourself. So a confident gaze reveals your confidence, the confidence levels of yourself. Next important thing is the position of your hands. Your hands can be used to make gestures. So don't use your hands to keep it at the back. Use them to make gestures. Do not fidget when you're talking. Some people have the habit of fidgeting with their rings. Don't fidget. Keep them still if you're not using them. Do not overuse them. Also, overuse also is a bane. Don't overuse. Use them. If you want to make a point, use them. You're speaking, you can use, see, I mean like this. I feel this is correct. This is what I mean. But don't overuse, because it becomes a mannerism and mannerisms are better avoided. At the same time, don't keep your hands and fidget. Some people keep fidgeting with the watch or with the hands, or there will be a scratching, or this is also quite it shows your nervousness. So try to use them very, very effectively, because hands and shoulders help you to show the confidence that you have in your mind. So that's another way you can show your confidence levels. Your posture itself, instead of stooping and bending low, stand straight, erect, with your shoulders back, and you're standing with your feet planted firmly on the ground. Shows that you're confident and you're not bending or supplicant, or you're not showing any sort of fear levels. So stand straight, push your shoulders back, don't sway on your feet, especially if you're standing. Look as though you believe in what you are saying. The way you are saying it, what you say, I believe in what I say. So that is how you stand and you deliver a kind of a speech. Same time, smile when you're talking. So stand erect and you show that you mean what you are saying, not that you're afraid of what you're saying, but you're able to deliver what is in your mind. So that kind of a level, that kind of a body language is very essential for you to meet with success in any interview or any seminar or something. So your posture is also very important. The next aspect that we are going to see, how to develop a positive attitude. Now look at these people on your screen. Here is Mozart, here is Raphael, and here is Byron, three great people of the past. Now I think you have recognized them. Mozart is a famous musician. Raphael, the famous painter, he painted The Last Supper. And Byron, he is a great poet, one of the greatest of the English romantics. Now each one, if you see, they are talented in their own field. Now all of us have talents. We are talented in our own field. We may not be like Mozart, we may not be like Raphael, we may not be like Byron, but you might be in your own field, a Sandhya or a Suresh or a Tina or a Reena. God has given you talents. You may be good at cooking, one may be good at singing, one may be good in handwriting. Whatever it is, you have your own talents. Remember that, recognize that. So recognition of the inner talent that God has given you is one step towards building a better future. So don't try to imitate somebody. Just because your cousin has become a computer engineer, there's no rule that you should become a computer engineer. You can become something else. Maybe you're a good teacher. So recognize your talents. There are many fields in which you can show your talents. There are many, many, many talents. You're good in cooking? Well, that's called the culinary art. You're good in making friends? Oh, that's another art. You're good in computers? That's called the media arts. And you're good in talking to people? That's called soft skills. You're good in that. You're good in making things with hand and all that? Then you're good at handicraft. Well, different strokes for different folks. All of us are different. All of us have talents. You should recognize your talents. That helps you to become a better person. As we said earlier, set goals. Learn to set goals. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great American thinker, has said, each man must have a goal. So take time out, set a goal. Even though you have not set a goal, do it now. Have a goal in your life. Next step is to fulfill your goal. Try to work towards that goal, because fulfilling the goal is trying to have some meaning in your life, and when you try to fulfill that goal, you are working towards something and all your mind is occupied, and then you work confidently. Because remember, there is an English saying, an empty mind is a devil's workshop, and so that makes you so nervous, that makes you do all negative things and you don't know what to do with your life. You're filled with depression. Well, have something in your life, recognize your talent, keep some goal. Say you're good at embroidery, have a goal. You might say, I want to start my own shop where I can try to sell the different things that I have made, maybe the churidars that I have stitched, or the blouses that I have made, or something which I have made with my hands. Maybe I'm good at that. So try to fulfill your goal, work towards that confidently. So that is how you should try to set your goal. Remember what Emerson said, each man must have a goal in his life. Remember to keep that goal. Goals give you confidence. setting goals itself gives you self-esteem. Goals make you busy and active. So set goals, goals give you self-esteem, goals make you busy and active, goals occupy your time. Remember, you can really spend a lot of time trying to achieve your goals. Goals make you focused, because the more focused you are, no time to feel scared, no time to shiver with embarrassment, because all the time you are focused, no time to fear other people. So that is how you can give meaning to your life. Try to bring that meaning to your life. So be motivated by people. See, look around you. How many people are there who have achieved wonders? They have left footprints in the sands of time. Look at Indira Nooyi. Look at Bill Gates, and look at Kiran Bedi. Who is Indira Nooyi? Indira Nooyi is the CEO of Pepsi. She is the CEO, one of the top entrepreneurs of India. Bill Gates need not be introduced. He is the top person in the computer field. And Kiran Bedi, a symbol of such kind of fearlessness and dauntlessness. Have such people as your role models. Be motivated by them. Read about them. Learn more about them. Mukesh Ambani, one of the richest people of India. Lakshmi Mittal, who is a steel baron, not only in India, but the whole world around. Farha Khan, in her own way, she has become the best choreographer, not only in Indian film, but the whole world recognizes her as a person who can create good dance steps and also good films. Read about their lives, learn about their qualities, take a leaf from their books. So learn to take more and more from these books. Overcome your handicaps and failures. See, each of us makes failures. We have some problems. Demosthenes was a great stammerer, but he became the world's greatest orator. Milton, he wrote Paradise Lost after he became blind. So overcome your kind of a handicap that you have. Stephen Hawking, he was a paraplegic. He was a scientist, but he had his own handicaps. But he overcame all that. So focus on your plus points. Focus makes you confident. Don't clutter your brain with too many activities. Don't compare yourself with others. Focus on your strengths. Be determined to succeed. Have faith in yourself, because with faith you can achieve wonders. Don't underestimate yourself. Develop positive self-image. Also, reward yourself now and then for your activities, for your achievements, and also raise yourself from negative feelings, negative qualities. Free yourself from all that. Overcome your nervousness by developing some hobbies, some kind of confidence developing some sort of activities. For example, try to motivate yourself, try to meditate, go into prayer, go into reading, listen to music, also hobbies. All these help you to become a better person. Remember, everything is in the mind. Your mind, as Milton said, is capable of making a hell of heaven or a heaven of hell. Conquer everything, create everything, change anything in this world, achieve anything by mind power. We heard of word power, but you have a greater thing in your mind, the mind power. Remember, the mind is capable of many things. Conquer anything, create anything, change your lives too. Take control of your life. After all, you are the master of your destiny, the captain of your ship. Remember, as Ovid said, courage conquers all. So I hope this session has made you interested in trying to be confident of your life, in trying to be confident in all that you do. Take control of your life. Remember that courage makes your life meaningful. You are the captain of your ship. You have to take your ship to greater destinies. So if you sit back and you are afraid all the time, where can your ship go? It will not even leave the harbor. Go around the world, meet people, become friendly. Try to overcome your nervousness, try to be confident, and meet with success in your life. Thank you for listening.